privileged to have somebody from the corridors of power who's going to speak on our behalf and is already speaking on our behalf. We are honoured in the very busy run-up to the election to have David Shoebridge with us. We've just picked out some of his achievements here and the work he's doing on behalf of making this country a better one. Or else you'll feel very old. David is a Greens MP in the New South Wales Parliament, serving in the state's upper house since September 2010. He's been a strong voice in the campaign against amateur hunting on public land, a practice that more than often is totally inhumane and causes needless animal suffering. In May 2014, David moved a motion calling on the New South Wales Parliament to support the Global March for Lions. It's important work against campaigning against hand hunting. As a Greens MP, David is a strong advocate for animal welfare, which is a focus of much of the Green Party's work, both in and outside of Parliament. Can we give a big round of applause to David?
Thanks, Claire, for a short introduction, and Jess and James and short, we like short. James and for all of you for coming out today. And of course what we're doing here, we're seeing around the rest of the globe. And just yesterday we heard news that the federal government is actually banning the importation of products. That did not happen by itself. They didn't just magically wake up one day and realise that this was a bad thing and they should do something about it. The only reason the federal parliament did it was because you were all here last year and you campaigned incessantly and you made them do it. So congratulations. But what we're seeing with canned hunting is the abuse of the term sport. It is not a sport if the other side doesn't want to play. It's not a sport if one side is armed and the other side isn't. And it most definitely is not a sport when one side is armed, the other side doesn't want to play, and they're in a cage and you shoot them for so-called fun. That's barbarism. It's not a sport. It should have no place on the planet. Absolutely not. I think what Claire is saying is crucial if we're going to understand why this keeps happening. It's because around the world we treat animals as property. Property no different to a book, no different to a can of Coke, no different to a motor vehicle, to be used and abused at the whim of the owner. And unless we get over that and we start recognising that sentient animals have essential rights, a right to live a life free of cruelty, a right to live a life free of gross and inhumane captivity, and a right to lead a life free from needless suffering. Unless we recognise the essential rights in animals, rights that of course every sentient being should have, we're not going to overcome, I think, what we see as a global epidemic of cruelty, whether it's in our animal husbandry practices or in this most obscene example of it, which is canned hunting. 3 lions a day is the estimate being killed in this brutality. 3 lions a day being killed because somebody thinks it's a sport to do that to a beautiful animal. But we're here to tell them it's not a sport. It's barbarism, it's cruelty, it needs to end. It's part of our general campaign to give animals, sentient beings who we share the planet with, that movement from being property to being beings in their own rights. So this is a long journey, but we've seen already with the work that you've done, and it's not just here, work that's been done with greyhounds, work that's been done with the dairy industry, work that's been done on sow stalls. We are having an effect. The movement is growing. This is the great rights movement of the 21st century. And together, we will do what we can. We will end this gross cruelty, and we will put animals on a higher pedestal, recognise their rights as people, as animals, sentient beings that we have a privilege to share the globe with. Thank you so much.
Another huge round of applause for our 3 speakers. Thank you. Guys, don't let this be the end. You know what doing. I'd like to again thank Jess and Sarah, and thank you all for coming. We also have Four Paws here. We have Ace Burke here if anyone wants to have a chat with Ace. Animal Works is here. Thank you to Animal Works and the Feline Foundation as well. I'm available to have a chat with if anyone wants to chat with me as well. So I'm sure Jess and Sarah are happy to chat with you.
They can all go to your Gooder and adopt a cat.
I think it's free cat.
It's free cat day.
Free cat day, you know, if anybody wants to get a little cat.